I kind of see the industry shifting a little bit where it becomes, I think that we're going to see it's much better to manage girls in person. I'm seeing this already, but I think that there will start to be a bit of a shift. I'm not saying that it becomes impossible, but we're starting to see changes on like the dating apps, with like much better facial recognition coming into play. For example, we saw this with Tinder. Many people, I believe, have also seen the Instagram update where it believes that you're not a real person and you need the model to submit selfie verification. Bumble is still incredibly easy to do. I think that's actually a negative, how easy Bumble is to do, because it means it becomes oversaturated very, very quickly, which it is. There's been a huge drop in the number of conversions that you're able to get from Bumble, in the ratio to the number of swipes and matches that you get. And that's because of how easy Bumble is. But then we're also seeing things like facial verification coming in on OnlyFans, and I believe it's only going to get worse on all of these platforms. And there are ways around it. Like we have, like you can of course have the model log into the account. In most cases, you just need like your IP addresses to match. And of course, you can do that with a proxy. So it's not that hard to bypass. But I do also think that needing, it just kind of raises flags when you have a model logging in from a different device in order to complete the verification. And I think these things are quite easy. They will be improved and it will get kind of harder and harder to do. And for example, with Tinder and Bumble, to be able to take pictures of the models in person using the camera built into the phone, it makes things 100 times easier. They can complete verification on site, so you don't need to worry about linking up OBS and using a virtual webcam to do verification. In general, like, and also for any like custom content and so on, like if you're there with the model in person, very, very easy to get them to shoot everything, to manage everything. It's just a much more streamlined process. And the other thing is, as the OnlyFans industry also gets a lot more competitive, I think we kind of see models jumping around quite a lot more, particularly as there's agencies who often just don't really know what they're doing. The point is that these models jump around quite a lot more. Like now, often when we have a girl who, if they reach out and apply to work in our agency, I would say like 90% of the cases, they have been through multiple agencies in the past. Usually more than 3 agencies, like they have gone through in order to find a good one, and then they're reaching out to us. So because they still haven't been able to find someone who's able to grow their account. So that's really quite common. So we do see models kind of jumping around from one agency to another. So a benefit that I think as well is that if you have like an in-house, if you have like a premises where the models come into, you meet with them in person, you can actually build up a bit of a rapport, a bit of a relationship with them, professional relationship with them. They know you in person. I think that you will increase the longevity that you have with models. Of course, as long as you're delivering a good service and making the models money, there's kind of no reason for them to leave anyway. But I do think that will be like a big factor as well. Like it kind of starts to feel a bit more like professional rather than a girl just sitting at home in her bedroom recording content all day. If you can make like a bit of a studio and turn it into more of like an actual job, like an experience, I think it's going to have a positive impact on how happy the girls are at your agency and how long they stay with your company, which overall is like the main goal anyway.